All right, folks, let's see how this one does for us. Welcome back to the Crisis Report. It is December 9th, 2025, at least for a little bit longer. We are going to be going through the things here and just want to see how this is. So I'll be asking for the old 5x5 and yada, yada, yada. This is the way we used to do it, and then what happened was they basically they started to get like real crackly and stuff on these live streams. So I will be asking you frequently if there's a 5x5, but I don't have great internet here, and so I'm doing the best I can, and I can't find anything. I don't know where any of my equipment is. I've got these adapters and things for computers and phones, and it's all just everywhere. So we're going to just do the best we can. I like going live for numerous reasons. So if you are here and it sounds 5x5 and it's not crackling, if it's crackling, if there's something wrong with the sound, put it in all caps into the chat, please. Okay? Best I can do. All right, good. You can hear me. We're starting. I have my mods. All right, let's get going. This one is entitled Peace Prize Prep, because that is what's going on. Other major stuff going on as well, as always, because, well, we're basically having a lot of problems. And, my mentality at this point is just to understand the inevitable and embrace the suck and get ready for, whatever the heck comes after. What is going on now? And what is going on now is just a lot of, some people call them birth pangs, some people call them, pre-collapse, as my video said the other day. It is what it is. So let's get started on your crisis report, and we appreciate you being here. It is December 9th, 2025, Peace Prize Prep. World's first single-dose jab for dengue fever, Butantan DV, developed by the U.S. NIH and ATCC, has been approved for use in Brazil. The jab will be incorporated into Brazil's national immunization program in early 2026. Get this thing a little better. Ukraine strikes a deal to restructure $2.6 billion in growth-linked debts, essentially for its war financing. UK has added political philosopher Alexander Dugin to its sanctions list. His daughter was murdered in a car bomb, I think, 3 years ago, something like that. U.S. Army Western Hemisphere Command has been activated, establishing the Army's first four-star operational theater command based in the continental United States. New command's mission includes homeland defense and support to civil authorities. Whoosh. Ireland's deputy prime minister defends the Irish government's allocation of 100,000 euros to a school program teaching children about how terrible white people are. Democrat Eileen Higgins has defeated Trump's-backed Emilio Gonzalez in the runoff for Miami mayor. This is the first time a Democrat has won the office in almost 30 years. State of emergency declared in Catalonia, Spain, over African swine flu. People in the high-risk areas prohibited from visiting parks, woodlands, or fields for leisure purposes. Military deployed in support role. We covered this last week, and military is basically disposing of the animals, but evidently it's getting worse. There's a few epidemiological kind of stuff going on tonight, but we'll get there. European officials are considering the nuclear option of dumping U.S. treasuries if Trump strikes a Ukraine deal without consulting America's allies. And that should tell you everything you need to know right there. President Trump says Venezuelan President Maduro's days are numbered and warns the U.S. could soon take action on the ground. FBI Director Kash Patel is in Qatar, where he has just signed two memorandums of understanding with Qatar's Ministry of Interior to expand joint training, intelligence sharing, security cooperation. Treasury Department has sent a letter to Erica Kirk stating that none of the four tax-exempt entities she now runs are being investigated by the IRS. President Trump says that in the next couple of months, new evidence will emerge proving the 2020 election was taken. China refuses to accept NVIDIA's chips, despite President Trump's authorizing the sale of the NVIDIA H200 chips to China. China refuses to accept them and increase restrictions on their use. They basically think that they're going to put spyware on them. Not that they've ever done anything like that. Go buy yourself a BYD car. U.S. has purchased the entire production of rare earth mine in Brazil until 2030, covering what was already agreed with the EU. EU Commissioner of Industry said last month, I was supposed to go to Brazil to discuss a rare earth mine. 3 days before, we were told that the Americans had already come, put money on the table, and bought all the production until 2030. That's pretty slick. 4 presidents from South America, namely the president of Ecuador, Daniel Noboa, president of Paraguay, Santiago Peña, president of Panama, Jose Raul Molino, and president of Argentina, Javier Milei, will attend the presentation of the Nobel Peace Prize to Maria Corina Machado tomorrow in Oslo, Norway. Chairman of the Norwegian Nobel Committee has confirmed that Maria Corina Machado will be receiving the Nobel Prize in person tomorrow. And a short while ago, 2 Navy FA-18F Super Hornets with Strike Fighter Squadron 213 assigned to carrier Air Wing 8 on board the USS Gerald Ford were flying over the Gulf of Venezuela, roughly 20 miles from the coast of mainland Venezuela. Basically, the Hornets were flying inside Venezuelan airspace with all the pings on it as a show of force. Tomorrow is no ordinary day. The legitimate Venezuelan government will be recognized globally in front of the world. Maduro's illegitimate rule is over. Zelensky says he will send the amended plan to the United States to end the war after speaking with the Pope. My thinking on the whole Venezuelan thing is they might be waiting to get this peace prize out of the way. Kind of tough to give peace when you're waging a war against country. Get the peace prize thing out of the way, and then they go in. I don't know. If you think I'm right, put a 1 in. If you, think I'm wrong, put a 2 in. July 2024, explosive parcels sent through DHL logistics hubs in the UK, Poland, and Germany detonated before reaching aircraft. Investigators later found the bombs were powerful enough to bring down a cargo plane if they had exploded in midair. Security services traced the plot to Russian-directed saboteurs who still held 6 kilograms of explosives, enough officials said for a planned next phase attacks on transatlantic flights to the U.S. Authorities believe the goal was to cause aviation disruption on a scale not seen since 9/11, marking one of the most dangerous known episodes of Russia's covert campaign in Europe. Source, FT. Kremlin, actions taken against Russia's assets if they occur will not go unanswered and will lead to serious consequences. European Central Bank announces a digital euro for the digital age. ECB plans to prepare for the potential issuance of a digital euro by 2029, assuming the European co-legislators adopt the necessary regulation by 2026. Preparatory steps, including pilot exercises and initial transactions, could begin as early as mid-2027. Trump also announced that this year, in 2025, the USA is in lockstep with other Western nations in the world to implement the end of private transactions, aka digital currency. Representative Massey has introduced legislation to end America's membership in NATO. Artificial intelligence is being weaponized and exploited to undermine privacy and freedom of technocrats determined to destroy the United States and subjugate humanity, explains authors Courtney Turner and Patrick Wood in this explosive interview on Behind the Deep State with the New American Magazine's Alex Newman. Alex Newman, you want to talk about someone who gets a lot of flack, man. You think I get flack? Alex Newman is I don't even know how to describe him. He is a force. But he started this thing called the New American, and he gets slapped around on every side, but the bro speaks the truth. So this is, of course, one of the main reasons why you come, is you get these links and you can go and do with them what you will. So consider joining the Substack. We are growing every day, and it's a wonderful thing to see. As people are starting to understand what we're doing here, why we're doing it, to get the news to them as quickly as possible and as comprehensively as possible, of all different styles. People outsourcing their thinking to AI. This is another thing that I've been basically telling people about. Tim Metz is worried about the Google Mapsification of the mind. Just as many people have come to rely on GPS apps to get around, 44-year-old content marketer fears that he is becoming dependent on AI. He told me that he uses AI for up to 8 hours each day, and he's become particularly fond of Anthropic's Claude. Sometimes he has as many as 6 sessions running simultaneously. He consults AI for marriage and parenting advice, and when he goes grocery shopping, he takes photos of the fruits to ask if they are ripe. Recently, he was worried that a large tree near his house might come down, so he uploaded photographs of it and asked the bot for advice. Claude suggested that Metz sleep elsewhere in case the tree fell, so he and his family slept that night at a friend's. Without Claude's input, he said, I would have never left the house. However, the tree never came down, though some branches did. Many people are becoming reliant on AI to navigate some of the most basic aspects of daily life. A colleague suggested that we might even call the most extreme users lemmings. Yes, because they are always LLM-ing, or large language modeling, but also because their near constant AI use conjures images of cybernetic lemmings unable to act without guidance. For this set of compulsive users, AI has become a primary interface through which they interact with the world. The emails they write, the life decisions they make, and the questions that consume their mind all filter through AI first. It's like a real addiction, Metz told me. That is my big concern, folks. It's that they want to craft the narrative, and they're using AI to do it, and it seems a lot of people are getting into it. Rahm Emanuel says the United States should follow Australia's youth social media ban. If you think that's true, put a 1 in. If you think that's not, put a 2 in. Tether is backing a new class of industrial humanoid robots being built to take on dangerous and physically exhausting jobs inside factories and logistics hubs. Stablecoin issuer joined AMD Ventures, Italy's state-backed artificial intelligence fund, and other investors in €70 million round for generative bionics, a new spin-off from the Italian Institute of Technology. The year-old company is developing physical AI humanoids designed to operate in environments built for humans, handling, lifting, hauling, and repetitive tasks that traditional robotic arms can't easily perform. It's coming. Environmental Protection Agency has removed references to human-caused climate change from its website, tweaking some pages to focus on the natural processes driving climate change and wiping other pages from the internet, according to the Washington Post. Trump's approval is climbing as Republicans are rallying behind the president's affordability agenda, according to Fox News. War between Thailand and Cambodia has resumed following airstrikes by the Royal Thai Air Force against what Thailand described as Cambodian military targets. Cambodian grad launchers opened fire on Thai positions in retaliation. Israel is bracing for a hurricane in the Middle East as a storm Byron barrels in. A rare and potent winter storm is bearing down on Israel, with forecasters warning of unprecedented rainfall, powerful winds, and widespread flooding expected from the coastal plain, southern desert regions. Israeli media, citing an IDF Northern Command official, reports that concerns that Hezbollah might try to exploit the bad weather to launch a retaliatory attack in the north in response to the hit of Hezbollah Chief of Staff Tabatabai. Honduran president announces they will denounce an electoral coup to international organizations. Xiomara Castro announced that they will denounce to the UN, the EU, CILAC, the OAS, and other international organizations the electoral coup that has allegedly taken place in the country following the presidential elections held on November 30th, for which the results are still being counted, with Nasri Asfura currently leading the polls. Current President Xiomara Castro, an ally of the Puebla group, has declared the Honduran elections null after her candidate received less than 20% of the vote, calling for a new attempt at elections until a result is achieved that reflects a defense of popular sovereignty. So, basically, her group is losing, from what I understand, and she's trying to reclaim it. Elon Musk says no more anti-white propaganda. Yeah. Because being racist doesn't matter what color you are. If you hate a certain color and you try to basically get everything as nasty about them as possible, that's still racism. Bitcoin officially turns positive on the year, now up 1.2% year to date. Dip buyers are willing to buy, and they are buying. Insane chart of the day. The current rally in silver prices makes 2020 and 2008 look like a rounding error. Now on track for the largest 12-month gain since 1979, a new era of monetary policy is coming. You're either on it or you're not. And if you bought silver, someone I know did, then you're probably feeling good about yourself right now. And the United States car affordability crisis is worsening. The average price of a new car is now up to a record $50,000, according to the Kelley Blue Book. Meanwhile, the average new car loan amount is up to a record $41,000. Average price $50,000, new car loan $41,000. I sold my old one for about $6,000, got my new one for about $10,000. All cash. If you're going to do it smart. So, we are brought to you by Augusta Precious Metals, friends. We appreciate you being here. Hopefully this worked for you. This is the way we used to do it. And we will see how this goes. This goes, and it goes, and it goes, and it goes. It works for me. But we appreciate you being here. There are links in the description and other places you can go to find this. Please check out Substack. Substack is rising at a very good pace. Most of my channels are, to be honest with you. So we're just doing what we can to get it out there and get it done. So my apologies for the little rough open, but I don't know where anything is. So hopefully this suffices for you. God bless you all. I hope you have a great night, great morning, great wherever it is, great tomorrow, and we will see you on the next one.